everyone, my name is Lize. I'm a boudoir photographer based in London, England, and in today's video I'll be talking to you all about what boudoir means to me. So now boudoir, the word itself is a French word which means a woman's sitting room or bedroom, and when I researched its origins I basically discovered that it means a place to sulk. So now before I get into everything about boudoir and what boudoir is, I'll just quickly like to share I have an exhibition which I'm so excited about, which is going to be running from the 2nd to the 31st of March. So if you're in London, make sure you check it out. It's all about empowering and celebrating women on the front lines, and it's going to be happening at 21 Okoh Street in Aldgate, and the place is Buckle Street Studios by Locke. And yeah, and then I'm also going to be having a masterclass as part of this month-long exhibition on the 20th of March. And so I'm going to leave links and details of this exhibition and the masterclass down in the description box for you to check it out. The word boudoir has a slightly different meaning in today's photography world, and you hear different photographers, talk about what it means to them. But I think generally it boils down to empowering people. So whether it's a man, a woman, or a non-binary person, it generally means, people trying to empower people, trying to help them feel confident in themselves, trying to help them with whatever, self-love journey they're on, self-healing journey they're on, and just help people to feel great in their bodies as it is right now. So yeah, that's what it tends to mean. And I've actually created a video sharing tips for beginners. So if you're a beginner wanting to dive into this genre, make sure you check out that video. I'll put a link up above. So you may be wondering, empowering people to do what? Well, for me, it's first and foremost empowering women towards self-love. So we live in a society and where we're all socialized, not the best of ways, be it from whether you're at home, your family, your primary caregivers, be it from like secondary sources like at school, what you pick up from friends, what they've also learned from their environment, even teachers, imposing their own beliefs onto younger people. We're being socialized in different ways. Well, there's this general sentiment in most cultures where women are made to feel like how they are naturally, how their body takes shape naturally isn't good enough. And so we all know about the beauty standards, and it may seem like when you hear things like this, if you're not a woman, you may think, what are you talking about? But seriously, we're constantly bombarded in the media as well with ads, with magazines, with so many things that just tells us we need to be a certain body size, we need to be a certain shape, we need to look in a specific way. We're now in the age where people go and have medical procedures to change body parts, and you'd hear people saying, oh, it's for me, I'm not doing it for anyone else. But really, when you dig deep and you go down to the root of where this idea that how you are isn't good enough or how you are isn't beautiful, it comes from somewhere. And is this really hard sentiment that has been most of the time quite unconsciously being drilled into us, that this is the way to be, this is how to be a woman, this is how to hold yourself and carry yourself in society. When you think about women shaving, their underarms and stuff like that, where did that come from? Because you've grown up just seeing ads that show you how to use a razor, telling you this razor is the best, and you think it's just an ad, but subconsciously it's drilling into you that when you reach that puberty, when you reach that age, you need to shave the hair under your underarms. Or if you raise your arms in school, people would laugh and giggle and be like, oh, you've got hairy armpits. And I'm like, yeah, we have hairy armpits, that's natural. But when you're in a society where that is the opposite, even if you want to be your natural self. You don't feel comfortable. You feel like people are going to judge you. You feel like people are going to laugh at you. You feel like people are going to feel embarrassed, or you're going to feel embarrassed because of people's, reception of how you just want to carry yourself. So there's so many things in life, even apart from bodies, the way people treat other people, what other people have, experienced in their life, it makes them doubt themselves a lot. It makes them have low self-esteem. It makes them lack confidence. So for me, Boudoir, how I see it, how I portray it, how I use it to help people move towards self-love is just to embrace yourself. It's not saying you're perfect. It's not saying you're going to be like, happy and dandy all the time, because we're still in life, we're still living in societies and cultures that's constantly portraying something else as better. So we are always like waking up every day fighting these standards. And so it's never just going to go away because, now you have self-love. But having that self-love will help you navigate your journey in life. And with Boudoir, helping you celebrate yourself, how you are right here and right now, is the most powerful way to take charge of yourself, take charge of your narrative and how you want to be, how you want to present yourself to the world. And I'm just so happy, so glad, so honored that I get to do this for women. And so I truly believe that everything in life starts with self-love. If you have self-love, you have standards, you have respect for yourself, you're not going to take bullshit from no one. And this then further goes to impact how you treat yourself and how you allow others to treat you. So the things you say to yourself, how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, the sort of relationships you get into, how you let other people treat you, whether it's in a romantic relationship or whether it's in a platonic relationship. Even at the workplace, how do you hold yourself high? How do you remain dignified in workplaces, especially negative places? If you have that self-love, you have that respect, you have that grounding of, no, I am worthy, I am of value, no one can take that from me. What they see as a lesser job or a high position or whatever, it doesn't matter what your title or what your class in life is. As long as you're a human living in this world, you are worthy, you are of value, inherently you are. And you only really harness that power and that belief when you have self-love, which is why for me self-love is so important, and empowering people to have that self-love through Boudoir is important. And so explanation I could give to how Boudoir helps to empower people is by helping them see that, to embrace themselves, to accept their bodies and how it takes shape here and now, not looking for a future goal, but appreciating the body that carries you through the world right now. And so there's this move towards body neutrality, which I am so here for, because I think, a good number of years ago, the body positivity movement really gained gained momentum, which was amazing. Lots beauty standards have started to change. You can see even in the fashion industry with people like Rihanna, who has, brought out models of different body shapes, different heights, different abilities. Is showing people that, there's not just one size that fits all, like everyone can be embraced. And that has been fantastic. But I think with the body positivity, it also came with this idea that you had to be positive about your body all the time, or that's it. And I think we also then need to appreciate and understand that, loving our bodies will be a lifelong journey. Like I said, even though you come to this realization and that we are still in cultures, we're still in societies that is constantly still telling us something different is better. So it's almost like you're waking up every morning and fighting against those, beliefs, those teachings. And so there's a constant unlearning. And with body neutrality is this idea where it's that, yes, I can appreciate my body how it is. Yes, I love myself and I love that I have this body that can see me through the world. But also understanding that, there'll be some down days where you feel a bit, I don't feel so great today. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe your flaws or your perceptions of your flaws are playing in your head. We're humans, that would happen every now and again. Of course, you don't want it to be the constant narrative in your head and, making you feel bad about yourself. But just accepting that as long as we live, it's going to be a lifelong journey, constantly waking up every day to choose self-love, to choose to appreciate and love your body. And so yeah, I'm all here for the body neutrality movement and helping people appreciate themselves. So another way Boudoir helps to empower women is by helping us to see that we can be sensual in our own bodies. We can feel good about our own bodies for ourselves. It doesn't have to be for someone else all the time. It doesn't have to be for a partner. It doesn't have to be for other girlies you're trying to look good for. It doesn't have to be like in the workplace because you're trying to position yourselves in a particular way. You can just feel good in your own body for your own self. I think pleasure should always start from ourselves, and for me, Boudoir helps us to turn that gaze inwards. So now it's not about objectifying our bodies, because when you objectify, it's for someone else's gaze, right? But turning the gaze inwards, looking at myself in the mirror, appreciating, oh wow, I love my smile. Looking at my eyes, oh wow, I love my eyes, they sparkle, they're bright, they're beautiful, I love the shape of them. Looking at, other parts of my body and appreciating them. I have beautiful legs, I can dance, I can strut myself, I can wear shorts, I can wear skirts, and just appreciating yourself, feeling good about yourself, because that starts to impact the self-confidence you feel, how you stand up tall, how you view the world, how you let others treat you, and just feeling that sensuality for yourself through Boudoir. Amazing. So if you're wondering how I came to understand this, I can say firstly, I've had a personal experience with Boudoir. So when I was 25 was the first time I did anything that was sort of like on the Boudoir sort of, I guess, genre. So it wasn't really Boudoir, and I didn't even know it was Boudoir at the time. But I turned 25 and I was in a place where I had just learned that I either accept myself and my body right now, or I'm going to be like in a constant battle of wanting to be other than, wanting to put myself through ridiculous exercise, diet regimes, and all of that just to be thinner. And so with that realization, I decided for my 25th birthday, I wanted to celebrate my body then, because I was like, this is the best you're going to ever look. You better capture it now and stop all this bullshit that you're not good enough. And I'm so happy I did that, because I kid you not, I've not had the same muscle tone as I did when I was 25. I hope I'll be able to get it back one day once I get more consistent with my exercising, in a healthy way, of course. But I haven't, and I'm happy I did that. So I had a friend of more of like an acquaintance at the time who was doing photography, and yeah, I just wanted like a birthday photo shoot celebration of myself. So I booked a studio, did my own makeup, and yeah, we just had those pictures done. So I wore like my graduation dress and some other outfits I really loved that sort of captured and embodied my personality. And at the end we did like a semi-nude shoot, which I used like flowers and roses and all of that to drape around myself. And I just remembered feeling really good, feeling really confident from it. And then the next time I did a boudoir shoot, which was a proper boudoir this time around. At that time I started doing boudoir for other people, and I was 30 years during the pandemic. I was like, I've been locked down, I couldn't have like a good big celebration as I would love to. Well, I would love to do something for myself, and I decided it was time for me to experience boudoir. And so I did a boudoir session. Again, this wasn't with someone else. This was with a friend this time around who was a photographer, someone totally different. And she doesn't really do boudoir, so I had to pose myself and stuff like that. And I did the whole session. And going through that experience of having that boudoir session when I was 30 years old, it sort of helped me put myself in my client's shoes, because I kid you not, I was so nervous. I almost cancelled on myself. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I keep telling, women to just take that step, be brave and do it. But here I am quaking in my boots, and I had to tell myself, no, you have to see this through, because How can you be telling other people to be brave and just take that step? And you are here, scared and afraid to do the same. I mean, the way the mind works is interesting, isn't it? But I ended up doing it. And again, I felt so good. Like I have one of the pictures on my wall in my bedroom, and I just look at it often. I'm like, oh, you're so gorgeous. And I just feel great about myself and empowered. So that has been my personal experience. And then one of the first boudoir sessions I did for someone else when I was really thinking about going into this genre. I remember the lady saying she's quite introverted, she keeps to herself, but she wants to come out of her shell and she wants to do this to make her feel more confident. And at that time, I was like, that's interesting. So this actually helps other people as well feel confident. And that sort of sealed the link in my head of how boudoir photography can be like an art form that helps people with that self-healing, whatever they're trying to heal within themselves. It helps them on that journey to just feel seen, see themselves as well like they don't, and just to see that they're worthy, they're valued, they're beautiful just as they are. So yeah, that's been my experience with boudoir photography. I hope sharing my thoughts and my experiences about boudoir photography has given you some good insights about, what boudoir photography is all about, particularly for me, because you would hear people say different things. And if this is a genre you're interested in, then you definitely want to check out this video where I talk about, tips for beginners, what you need to look out for, what you need to implement quickly when you dive into the boudoir genre. Now, before I wrap up this video, I would like to just say, if you're watching this here at this point in time, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like this video. Do leave your thoughts below. What do you think about everything I've said? Does any of what I've shared, does it strike a chord with you? What are your thoughts on them? I would love to hear from you. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed, please. Share this video to anyone who is, wanting to get into photography, especially thinking about boudoir. And remember, I do have a masterclass on the 20th of March. In that masterclass, I'll be talking all about how to grow a profitable photography business, running a 6-figures business, how to price yourself, how to do IPS, and so much more. Check the link down in the description box. It holds all the details to my exhibition, which is running from the 2nd to the 31st of March at Okoh Street Studios by Lock, which is located at 21 Buckle Street in Aldgate. Check it out. And yeah, remember, you don't have to be a struggling artist. See you next week.